CEO Live Talks.
I am Dr. Swanee Jett, and I have a passion for public health for over 30 years. Now, I'm in a position to affect change, and these are the critical conversations about health in our community with the people who can help me make those changes. Good afternoon. Welcome to CEO Live Talks. I'm your host, Dr. Swanee Jett, and this is episode 2 with Mr. Carlos Sanchez. And I'm assuming it's easier to spread fiber optics in the city versus rural.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Basically, the homes are closer together in a city, so you have more opportunity to reach more homes when you're laying down fiber down, a street.
Okay.
In rural areas, you have one house here, one house over here. They're more spread out, so it's more costly to deploy fiber.
Okay.
And we are, of course, expanding everywhere in Oldham County, for example, in this region. We had a partnership with Oldham County with ARPA. I don't know if you remember ARPA, the American Rescue Plan. Federal dollars that came in. Many counties used that money some to do water or fire stations. Well, Oldham County decided to do a partnership with the telecom company. They opened up an RFP, request for proposal. We won the bid, and we deployed fiber optic for every single household and business in Oldham County. So every house has
That's
access
good.
to
So you
broadband.
do it overhead or you try to do it underground?
That is underground.
Okay.
So basically, parts of the network could be aerial, but everything going into the neighborhoods
And that's
is
better
underground.
because if
Yes.
it's a major storm,
Yes, absolutely.
Florida, we try to do it underground for hurricanes.
Absolutely. It
Yeah.
is the best way to deploy it underground.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing now with rural areas. One thing that happened at the federal level is that the government issued with the Infrastructure Jobs Act of 2021. They had the BEAD program, Broadband Equity and
Yep, I
Access
remember.
Deployment, which was money, $42 billion for the entire country. Kentucky received $1.1 billion. And the Kentucky Office of Broadband Development has been basically setting up the program, open up applications. A lot of providers applied. We applied because we want to go into those areas that are they're uneconomical to reach.
Right.
If you're trying to go
Right.
to one house, another house, we would have to charge a customer, who knows, thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
or we will recoup our investment in 50 years.
Right.
So what
It's a long time.
the federal money BEAD does is that it's a matching. So you can do 50-50 or 30-70, where you put in 50% and the state puts in through the federal dollars the
Right.
other 50%. That is going on right now. There was a pause with the change of administration. The new guidelines have been issued and the program has reopened. We should have awards the end of 2025. Some of the first projects should be breaking ground in first quarter of 2026. So
good.
we're very excited about BEAD in Kentucky, and
good.
that's going to really take care of a lot of communities, basically pretty much the entire Commonwealth.
Yeah.
But then, of course, we have the wireless technology as well, which is very important. AT&T, of course, is your premier wireless cell phone provider in Kentucky. And we have 5G in 99% of the population of Kentucky, so 5G is out there everywhere. And wireless technology is, of course, very efficient, but it depends. For certain people, maybe plenty to have the wireless communications from home.
Right.
But the idea that we have and our vision as a company is that we want seamless communications for you. You're at home, you have fiber to your home, you go out and you're on the go and you have wireless. And if you go to very hard to reach areas, like a national park, let's say, in Utah or whatever, then you will transition to satellite. But everything seamless, no difference. You don't even know, you don't notice. Same device, same provider. You're in an airplane, same thing. So that's the type of thing that we're trying to do to make sure that is seamless to the customer.
So, the world is changing. We have hackers everywhere, right? Have you ever been concerned that somebody can use the technology wrong, hack your system, and
And
shut it down?
yes, hackers are active
Hmm.
everywhere, and they're trying to penetrate networks every day, everywhere. So the cybersecurity and the security aspect of your networks is very important. AT&T makes multi-million, billion-dollar investments in our security, and we have it down to your device level. We have body armor basically
Right.
for your cell phone, which is cybersecurity into your own device,
Hmm.
and that's a very sophisticated technology. So
Okay.
we're trying to prevent those hackers to
And
penetrate the
not
network.
only that, but somebody listening to my phone call, right?
Nowadays, it's very difficult. It
Okay.
used to be with the party lines back
Right.
in the day,
Right.
where
Right.
someone, or in your home, where your mom would pick up the line, get off the phone, I need to make a call.
Right. Right. Happened a lot.
But no, that's hard right
Okay.
nowadays.
Okay.
Of course, we work with the first responder community and law
Hmm.
enforcement. AT&T. I'm not sure if you're aware of FirstNet,
Oh, I'm aware
but
about FirstNet. I was about to ask you about FirstNet
yes,
and
yes,
and the usage of it because I know it's almost in every county now.
yes. So
And you're
first,
the top first responder using that.
right, that's right. So
Right.
FirstNet was created by Congress
Hmm.
in 2012 after Katrina and 9/11 and all of that. There were issues when those big disaster took
Right.
place,
Right.
and law enforcement from different states came into, let's say, Louisiana, people from Texas, whatever, to come in and help. They couldn't communicate because they had different radios,
Right.
different frequencies, different providers, different technology.
Right.
So Congress said, time out. We need one national provider that can help with first responders and law enforcement community. They issued an RFP. Again, AT&T bid on that opportunity. We won, and we are the exclusive provider for first responders and law enforcement.
Hmm.
And we have over 660 agencies connected in Kentucky with FirstNet. And what FirstNet does is, people ask me, so what is the difference? Well, the difference is, imagine like a highway where you have different lanes, and there's like 3 lanes to the right where all the cars are there, and then there is an HOV lane, on the left or
Hmm.
whatever, that is dedicated. Well, that's dedicated for first responders. So first responder always has access, always have,
And we're telling them to turn to which channel.
what was that?
So sometimes when we would be on, if we wanted to talk to somebody,
Oh,
we
yes,
we would tell them to turn to this
to
particular
this
channel.
particular channel. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So
I was a first responder.
I know that I mean, you serve in the National Guard,
National
which
Guard,
thank you for your service. I know that,
thank you. Public Health
yes,
Incident Commander during COVID. So we use FirstNet. But if we wanted to communicate for something, then we just said turn to this frequency.
right. And FirstNet, the actual device can function as a push to talk
Yeah.
as well, and you
Yeah.
can create groups
Yeah.
so
That's
that
what we did.
that's amazing. Okay, so you're an expert on FirstNet. I
Uh,
need to take you around with me.
I understand the technology.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're very proud of what we do, and basically with all these natural disasters that have taken place
Hmm.
around the nation, but in Kentucky, of course, in particular, the tornadoes of 21 in the west, the
Hurricanes.
flooding in the east in 22. Um, we actually have to get there first than the first responders,
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
the communications may be down. We have to be there first and set up the telecommunications so that the first responders have
That's
to
true.
communicate. They can't really actually do their jobs unless they
Oh, it's
have
always a
communications.
scramble. I remember when Pulse shooting happened in Florida. We were scrambling, but we eventually got it right, got on one frequency. But it's chaotic anytime you have a mass shooting.
Right, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So that's one technology that we're very proud of, and FirstNet is big here in
Yeah.
Kentucky, and of course we have to make changes to our network and upgrade all of our towers. In Kentucky, we have over 1,000 of those cell sites in Kentucky, and upgrade them to the technology that supports FirstNet.
Right.
What you show up in is not what matters, it's how you show up.
Right.
So if you can articulate from your heart, they'll forget what you got on.
Because a lot of people want to Google
Yes.
medicine now,
Yes,
and it's very difficult.
it is. Would you Google if you had some sort of ailment that you were curious about?
I'm an epidemiologist by training,
Okay,
so
fair. So you know.
Folks, what are your credentials? And sometimes you have to pull them out and say, okay, here's this degree, here's that. You're like, oh, okay, maybe we should listen to you.
We're going to build a $40 million facility that allows parents to sleep better at night.
You know, I was watching this thing on PTSD, and they were talking about people in war, and they were like, you know, human beings are not wired to perennially be on alert, you know, in a state of alert.
Right, that's your
And that's what happens
cortisol.
when you're at war.
yeah, your cortisol level continues to go up, the adrenaline gland.
And that's what's happening to black people.
So you do a lot in the community.
Yes.
I know you've invested 1.3 million. So what have you invested in terms of really making that community impact?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. 1.2 billion in the past 5 years. So we're one of the largest investors in infrastructure in Kentucky. And we, of course, are investing in our fiber networks, in our wireless networks, in FirstNet. And that is very important to us. Only in this region of Jefferson County, 450 million. So we're very busy making investments here, and we want to make sure that the technology is good. But we're very happy because we have good customer base. I mean, Kentucky is a good market for us, and we're excited about the penetration rate that we have with fiber, basically how many customers are buying it, and also with the market share in the wireless side. So we have a good business case. But we're also, we make investments in the community.
Right.
AT&T has a huge digital, bridging the digital divide, digital inclusion initiative around the nation and of course here in Kentucky. Because basically we've been talking about access this whole time, right? Access, having the technology. But then there's a couple of other things. One is affordability. So you want to make sure that people can afford the technology. Sometimes it's hard for a family to be able to afford
we
internet
still have
access.
a lot of that. We have a lot of families that do not have internet.
That's exactly right.
Don't have a laptop.
Well, and that is the adoption side,
Right.
the third part, because you need to have the equipment. So we're very invested in that. We are working with a lot of different organizations in our community to make sure that, number one, is affordable. So we have a $30 a month plan with our fiber service for any families that are SNAP recipients. They qualify for $30 a month internet, fiber, or $15 a month wireless prepaid, either or. So we work with those families and make sure that the affordability piece is not an obstacle, is not a challenge.
Right.
But then the adoption side, we are very busy basically distributing laptops to the community, into families that may not have the ability to purchase a laptop, a computer. So we work with different community organizations. You may be familiar with Evolve 502. We work with the Roots 101 African American Museum, the Somali community, which is very organized
It's
here.
very organized here.
In Louisville, the Backside Learning Center, Adelante, and many others. Simmons College, we have a program with them that they actually have their students teaching digital literacy skills to seniors, which is the other part. It's not just the equipment, but also to have the knowledge, really.
yeah.
Sometimes it's hard for some of our seniors to navigate on a little phone, everything. And so we do.
It's hard for people in their 60s now.
Yes.
I was just talking to somebody about the usage of AI. And so you really have to explain how to use the technology appropriately.
Right, right. So digital literacy, that's something we're very much involved. We have done over 600 workshops in Kentucky with the libraries for just population, different demographics, ages, to learn the digital skills. There is an organization we work with, Connected Nation. They're national, but their headquarters is in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And we do a program called Teens Teach Tech. So basically, these are teens that are very knowledgeable, they're digital natives. So, and they're teaching their seniors digital literacy skills. And that is important. I
That's
think
very important. I did some of that in Brookline, Massachusetts, helping with a grant for first responders, but we actually took the youth to senior living homes and gave them a laptop. Said, hey, you need to teach the elders how to use this.
Right, right.
And that helped in terms of when we dealt with some type of disaster. So they at least was alerted.
And that's very important. And basically, it's sort of neighbors helping each other. And so we're very invested in that area. Our employees are very engaged. We have different affinity groups or employee resource groups that help and support different initiatives in the community. We have the AT&T Pioneers, which is actually the oldest volunteer organization in the United States. These are the telephone company employees, not just AT&T, but all the different telephone companies. They're called the Pioneers. As a matter of fact, when that April 1st of 2022, when I moved to Kentucky, my first day on the job, they handed me a book that the Pioneers have put together about the history of AT&T in Kentucky. And very interesting. We've been here for 146 years. And I'll tell you really something that I learned from that book.
So you read it?
Yeah, of course, of course. And all my predecessors are listed there.
They
and
made
it's
sure
very
you read
interesting.
it. They made sure you knew the history before you made any changes.
There you
That's
go.
what it was.
It's very important. But the first person to have a telephone line in Louisville was a businessman, Mr. Speed, James Speed, and he actually ordered 2 lines from AT&T when they were invented. He wanted to connect his office in Louisville, downtown Louisville, to his cement plant in the Portland community. So that was the first line in Kentucky in 1879.
Wow.
And later on, he actually created the first telephone exchange in Louisville, Kentucky. There were 200 subscribers. And everything evolved. The party line,
Evolved.
and right now, of course, telecommunications is seamless and is critical for anyone
Oh, it is critical.
doing business.
At Park Duval Community Health Centers, we go beyond medicine, breaking barriers to care across Louisville, Taylorsville, and Eminence, Kentucky. From primary care and dental to behavioral health and pharmacy support, we serve thousands, many facing financial hardship. With 7 locations and a bilingual staff, we welcome everyone because PDCHC, your health is our mission. We are Park Duval for everybody, everywhere.
Tune in to CEO Live Talks with Dr. Swanee Jett every Saturday at noon on Wave 3. In this thought-provoking series, we bring you conversations with influential leaders, visionaries, and changemakers who are making a difference in their communities and beyond. Don't miss an episode. Mark your calendar for Saturdays at noon on Wave 3 to watch CEO Live Talks with Dr. Swanee Jett. Together, we can shape a brighter, healthier future for all. So, walking in the first day, what has been your biggest challenge? Because now you've been around 3 years. What has been your biggest challenge as president?
So you mentioned rural communities, and Kentucky has one of the most beautiful sceneries. I drive down, I go to Lexington, I drive from Frankfort to Lexington. The other day I drove from Lexington to Harrisburg on Highway 33. for State Road 33, one of the most beautiful scenic roads in Kentucky. I mean, you know, the horse farms.
Yes, yes. I used to be commander down in Harrisburg, so I know exactly where it's at.
Really? So we went and visited the Shakers, the Shaker Village.
Shaker Village.
Yes, which
yeah.
is there. My wife is, I'll tell you, she likes to get out and experience, just like you. And I come from work Friday evening, and she's already, okay, this is what we're doing this weekend. And she likes to do day trips in and out. So we go to different places. We go and visit the Kentucky horse country or the Shaker Village, or we go to the Mammoth Cave, or one of the distilleries, of course, which is wonderful.
Of course.
But yes, so all of that is pretty, but it makes it challenging sometimes to be able to deploy the technology.
Oh,
just
of course,
because
yeah.
you have homes like in our project in Oldham County. Some of those homes had 1 mile long driveways.
Yes.
So
Yes.
to be able to get over there and bring fiber is a challenge, but we did it. And also Eastern Kentucky, the terrain is very a lot of mountains, and sometimes it's hard to be able to get the signal everywhere. So we've been working very heavily, making sure that we get our technology deployed everywhere and seamlessly in Kentucky.
Yeah, so, and I have one final question for you. You know, looking at technology, and there was a lot of issues in Texas, in Kerrville during this last rainstorm.
Right.
How could technology had at least alerted people what was going on?
Yeah, that's
because they had a lot of communication issues.
Yeah, that is a great question, and I think that is something that there will be a lot of discussion around it. I think what happened in Texas had more to do with the siren system, which is very. I mean, it's a technology that has been around for many years.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, I had in my home, my neighborhood sirened already in Louisville 2-3 times in the past year because the tornadoes can come at any minute.
Right.
So I think it had more to do with that part. So that's something that they will look into, and
Well, I
I don't know,
heard-
maybe our technology can help as well.
Yeah, I heard that there was some girls didn't have their cell phones, or their cell phones didn't work
In the camp.
in the camp.
Yeah, because sometimes that you want the kids
Right.
to be able to enjoy
Right.
camp without the technology.
Yeah, so they
that
didn't have a way to communicate. But the boys' camp, the boys were able to get all the kids out on high ground. I think it was about 400 kids at the camp, so they was able to move fast. But they communicated and they just acted and responded.
Absolutely.
So maybe that's a technology policy in place
Right.
in order to be able to
It's,
communicate in serious situations.
Absolutely. It just depends. There will be a lot of discussions around that.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But one interesting fact, I'm very involved in the community with our local chamber, Greater Louisville Inc., GLI. So next year I'm going to chair GLI. I'm going to be chair of the board. I'm very excited about the economic development opportunities for
that's
Louisville and for basically the greater Louisville region. And we'll have some great things happening in Louisville, Kentucky.
I look forward to supporting you, and I want to thank you for coming on the show today.
Yes, absolutely.
This concludes the show, CEO Live Talks. And remember, I'm going to give you my motto: dedicate your life to a mission or cause that will outlast you. Thank you.